1, 2. I want to scooty fruit, boo, boo, boo.
Let's try not to hit the table this time. The one time out of all times.
Did you see when I was watching the video yesterday, when the mic hit my chest, it was like such a delayed reaction.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Peen Pod podcast, where we're two peens in a pod, and we just talk about things that we want to talk about. Today we have a very special, quote unquote. I'm not gonna say special; it's not really that special, but a lot of people have been covering. But it's a little bit of an. Hey man, close the door. While he's closing the door, we're gonna be talking about something that's been going on right now in all of the quote unquote YouTube space or media, whatever you want to call it. The newest addition to the PewDiePie, what do you want to call it, scandal? Controversy. Let's call it a controversy, because PewDiePie's in it again because he made a joke and people couldn't take it. That's just my take on that, and I feel like that's kind of how. Yeah.
Well, and then again, I don't really think people expect. I don't think he expected that to happen. You know, it was a little.
A little closer.
It was a little crazy to think that they would even do that. But I mean, then again,
it's not though, because he's been dealing with this for so freaking long. There's so many times that in the last year or so, there's so many times he's made like a comment, he's done something where so many groups of people started, like, or media outlets, because he's the top guy, because he's the only person. If you walk down the street and you say, hey, you know who PewDiePie is? 8 or 9 times out of 10, anybody's gonna know who he is. They might not know his context, might not know what he's about, but they know the name. So having that name in an article is just anything anybody needs. So if there's something they can put out of context, something they can just pull from something that he said or did, it's an easy click.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's give a little bit of a background on it.
PewDiePie was on this website called Fiverr, and you'd like pay people $5 or however much money they assign to it to do whatever they're saying they will do. So the part of the website that he was on was, you know, people will like do stuff. They'll like write stuff on a sign or like say something for you or say a message. And he wrote, obviously, like, the context was a joke. He was trying to make,
beforehand he was doing very outrageous things, like telling, one of the other things he bought was some girl would do, or some person, I think it was a girl, but they would do, if you had to do like a graph for a math class or something, you could ask her to create it, like if you needed to create a certain shape. So he asked her to make it into a penis, and she denied that. Like, so it was just a lot of things that,
it's like ridiculous things that like you wouldn't expect people to do. And so what he did is he wrote he wanted them to write "Death to all Jews" on a sign, and then subscribe, and then
they said subscribe to Keemstar.
Yeah, he wrote "Death to all Jews" and then subscribe to Keemstar. And I mean, in the context, it was a joke. I can understand why. You know, it's a little bit of an outrageous.
It was the biggest one that he did. Like, it was the farthest he could go. Instead of being a dick joke or like, oh yeah, write poop on a sign. Like, he said something really crazy. But the thing is even in the video, you can tell right when they open that sign, he
freaks out.
He just stops. He just like, what?
Like, considering that all the other people didn't do these like simple requests that he asked them to do, and then these guys did that, was like. He was blown away.
Yeah, it was a shocking thing. Like, it was.
And I don't know if he expected them to do it or not. You know, because the website itself has like I think it has like a profanity filter almost. But
possibly,
it
yeah.
has like if the person sees that you wrote something that they don't want to do, or that it's lewd in any way, they can, you know, not do it and like send a report or whatever. But the guys, I don't know. The guys didn't know what they were writing.
It didn't seem that they knew. It seemed they had very, very broken English, meaning that
it's not really their fault. But in the end, it was just a joke. And while it was a very edgy,
extremely edgy
joke,
but I thought it was hilarious. Like, a friend of mine actually sent it to me. he was like, you should watch. Have you seen this video yet? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And he sent it to me, and I watched it. And when that part came up, I did the exact same thing Felix did. I just like sat there. I was like, what? Oh my God, this is like, I thought it was hilarious because like he didn't kill anybody. He didn't do anything. He didn't act upon it. I think like, and the biggest thing he said in his video is context matters. And even like I think acting on what you're saying matters. So if you make a joke about something or you say something that's edgy or homophobic, anti-Semitic, whatever you want to call it, but you don't act upon it, I don't really like. You can say whatever the hell you want. Like that's kind of especially if you're an American and you're watching his stuff and you're the people, and if you're an American news outlet, you really need to understand that like freedom of speech is a thing. That's like you.
Mm-hmm. I think the underlying point here is he didn't mean what he said. Nobody would. There's not many people, unless you're like actually fucking racist or anti-Semitic or whatever. But there's not many people that are gonna say that seriously. There was no serious part about that. And again, like I said, like. And like he said, context matters. Yeah.
And in the context of the situation.
And the thing that like really gets me about all this is like
gets my goat.
His channel has always been that way. It's always been like he's made edgy jokes. He's said like crazy stuff. Like
that's how he got there.
Yeah.
That is because that before this whole PC culture took over, that is the internet. Like you go onto Reddit, you go onto 4chan, you go into all that stuff. You're going to find, like, if you go onto a subreddit and you go onto the comment section, if you don't find one comment that is like, fuck you, man, I hate you, you stupid whatever, I want to, please send it to me because I've never seen it. Like, unless it's one of the intellectual posts where, like, they're actually answering something on, like, r/space or whatever. But, like, the majority of the internet is a place where you can be as edgy as possible because
yeah.
I don't like
it's just because it's PewDiePie that it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
And you know, if a smaller YouTuber were to say that, and like you obviously would have taken it as a joke, you know.
I took it as a joke. I'm not saying that maybe you didn't, but like or whatever.
Yeah, well I like I said, I can sympathize with the people who would take that offensively because, you know, it's not like anti-Semitism isn't a thing.
No, racism is a thing, and bigotry, whatever you want to call it, it's all a thing.
But like, you gotta understand when somebody's joking, even if it is really edgy. I mean, I don't really know what to say.
I know I think that's the biggest thing, though. That's the hardest thing about the entire situation altogether is because it's that blurred line. It's like it's a joke, but is it still okay to make a joke? Even like and. I think in this day and age, we need to start making a lot more jokes because we're getting a little too butthurt about everything. What's going to happen when like you make any comment and if somebody gets pissed off, you can't make a comment. And one thing you said earlier before we started recording was if you don't like the comment and you don't like the content he's making or anybody's making, stop watching. Like nobody's forcing you to watch.
That was the point that I was trying to go on. It's like, his channel's always been that way. He's always made super edgy jokes. Like his original fan base still thinks it's funny. You know what I mean? The people that like have watched him for a long time know that this is the kind of stuff he does, and they think it's funny because like that's how he got popular. You know what I mean? Like
I honestly don't even think his fan base was really the people that were complaining about.
Oh no,
this.
They
it
weren't.
Was a small majority. It was a small.
That's the point I'm making. Like, his fan base knows it's a joke.
Even like, and even with that, you said the people that have watched forever, like even the new kids, like the newcomers that are making it that 52 million group, they don't even like. 8 million people saw that, so it was 8 million people out of that 52 million. Some of them could be fans, others could not. But I feel that the majority of his fans kind of, and because they understand him, because they know the context, because they know how he's been for so damn long.
But then, you know, it had to go and blow up. People had to like find some way to quote unquote expose PewDiePie as anti-Semitic. You know, all these other people start coming in and watching the video, and now because a lot of his videos don't get, some of them are like around 3 to 4 million.
It's 3 to 4 million of give or take every single episode. But my biggest what I'm upset about is that they banned the other group of guys from the website.
Oh, the two guys from Fiverr.
They banned PewDiePie and the two guys from Fiverr. And I think and PewDiePie even said something and made a comment and said that he should keep him banned because he did go against policy or whatever. Reinstate the two guys because one, they're just trying to make a couple bucks, make a living. Maybe they're living off of this. Yeah. Maybe they've been doing this for very long and they just made one mistake that blew up. Because think about it. I wonder how many people have ever even done that. Like how many people have wrote awful things just to send to their friends.
Yeah.
Just to make a joke about it.
That's a good point. Because there could have been many, many people before PewDiePie.
But just because PewDiePie put it out there and because of who he is and because of like the amount of publicity he can get behind any one of his videos.
Yeah.
That's what caused it.
It sucks that just because you're big and you have a big following, you have to be right all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anything that he does where a portion of the people that watch him don't agree with, he's going to get shit for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, he's just another guy.
Yeah, and I think the people aren't really real, and I think it's the people that are on YouTube and that have been on YouTube that understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's the people that are outside of it that are comparing him to the movie stars, the music stars, whatever you want to call them. Because with them, they're kind of in the limelight, and you don't see them every single day of your life. Like PewDiePie uploads every single day, so you see him, and it's a wacky side of him. I'm guessing for the majority of it, except for certain videos when he does make serious content, like these last ones where he talks and he's just like, this is me, whatever. But when you don't see all those movie stars and music singers and band people all the time, when they do show out and they show up to events, they're always right.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to act out, it's so weird because you don't see them all the time. But when you have somebody that you see every single day, they post every single day on YouTube, on the internet, you get to see them as they're a human. Yeah. Like they're not this big star. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like going in circles, but at the same time, it makes sort of sense what I'm saying in a way.
Yeah. I still don't know necessarily how to feel about it because like you can I'm on his side.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Because he was definitely taken aback by it and he wasn't okay with what he did.
But he still did it. That's the biggest thing. Like that was something that people are probably gonna argue.
It's important to be sensitive to topics like that because I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who suffer from anti-Semitic comments all the time, but and it also like bothers me because I'm in no place to say like it's okay.
That's another thing because
you know what I mean?
We're not Jewish. Yeah. We're two white males.
Yeah,
but it's sad to say that that's like the worst position we can be in right now. Like, to make a comment, to make an analysis onto a topic.
Like I said, even if it was like, it was a joke, right? But PewDiePie obviously knew it was wrong. But based on his reactions, he knew it was wrong what he had done afterward. But it's just
cynical
like
humor.
Yeah,
it was a cynical joke that blew up because certain people don't have the same humor as he does. Which, I mean, not everybody laughs at the same things. And you can't expect everybody to laugh at the same things.
Definitely.
And that's where, again, if you don't enjoy the content, don't watch. Yeah. And where it's just because he's PewDiePie that he got the shit for it because he is that name. You walk down the street, say PewDiePie, and people are like, yeah, I know who that is. I don't know what he does, but I know who he is.
Yeah. So.
But
like you said, like he said that 2017 is going to be his downfall if everybody keeps... if he keeps making a bunch of controversy because he's gonna start sticking to his old sense of cynical humor,
which is good.
Yeah.
I think,
and that, like you said in your pink season review, people like Filthy Frank, people like
iDubbbz,
iDubbbz,
H3,
H3, and now PewDiePie, they're gonna start like, you can't be sensitive to everything, and that's
that push.
They're the people that are gonna be like, fuck being politically correct all the time and making fun of like Filthy Frank does. You make fun of everything so you're safe.
And that's kind of how it should work. Like, let's stop being all butthurt about life.
It's not like, because like people don't call Filthy Frank racist or anything because he makes fun of it's all a joke to him. Everything's a joke. He makes fun of everything.
He makes fun of himself. He makes fun of other people. He makes fun of every single race. Every single he even did the pimp my wheelchair. He made fun of like a disease. Like, but nobody. You don't see that shit everywhere. Yeah. You don't see that. Oh, this guy on the internet's making fun of this because one, you know, Wheels was in on that shit.
Yeah.
Two, it's him.
That's what Filthy Frank does.
Yeah.
He
and see, why is it different for him? And why, like, compared to PewDiePie?
Yeah.
Is it because PewDiePie portrays himself as himself? Because Joji is nowhere close. Maybe mentally he's the same as Frank is, but like what Joji says versus what Frank says are two totally different things.
Yeah, it's a character, and I think that's how PewDiePie doesn't portray it as a character, but I'm sure most people on YouTube have a character that they put on for the camera that's not entirely themselves. That's like. So a little bit more energetic, a little bit more, funny,
articulate.
Yeah,
just
for the camera.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you have to be.
Yeah,
you definitely have to be, and if you aren't, good luck.
But I don't really know how that relates to what we were saying, but
about the change and how PewDiePie is going to be the change, and his whole 2017 is going to be the year where he basically just sticks to his guns and just goes for it, and I'm interested to see how that turns out. Yeah. I really hope he just goes for it and he doesn't keep addressing all the hate that he's getting. I wish he would just like keep pushing through, and I want to see how it works out.
Yeah.
I want to see what comes from it, cuz
Well, I mean, there's no way, like, if he sticks to his guns and keeps like doing the stuff he's doing because he's PewDiePie, YouTube might do something about it, but I doubt it because, Filthy Frank gets like that channel gets so many viewers all the time. It gets
about like the same, like honestly it gets about the same amount. And I actually was looking at that yesterday. I went on to iDubbbz's channel and a Filthy Frank's channel, and I saw that it was weird to me that every single video gets basically their entire viewer base, which like was like that's really cool. That's really cool that like.
Well, like I was gonna say that PewDiePie's viewer base, that 52 million, I doubt half of them are active. I'd say,
or if they're active, like I personally have been subscribed to PewDiePie for probably 3 years, 3 years, and like I watch him occasionally. It's not like I watch every single video, but like I enjoy him. I think he's a cool guy. I'd love to meet you, Felix. But I think it's like I go through spurts, and I think everybody goes through spurts. Spurt. But and I think that's with every YouTube channel, except for I think it's just it depends on the content that you're making. With PewDiePie, like for a while it was like video game. And it's like, all right, you watch one PewDiePie video, you watch all of them.
Yeah.
And the thing with Filthy Frank and iDubbbz and Maxmofo and H3, every single video is different. It's like whatever's happening on YouTube, like, and it's a progression. It's like the channel is a moving, morphing thing that grows and shrinks and does everything and changes to what's going on. And I think that's why so many people grasp to those videos, because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You click on a PewDiePie video, you know what to expect.
Yeah. That's true.
And it's just the excitement of the new, what's new, what are they talking about? Yeah. How edgy are they going to get? What new joke am I going to get out of this? What new meme is going to come out of this? Yeah. Like, that's totally off topic, but at the same time, not ish.
Well, I'm like, hopefully what I hope to see is the same thing coming from PewDiePie. The same, what meme am I going to take from this? What joke is going to come out of this? And not have it be so like serious all the time.
Yeah, and I think that
it's just because PewDiePie is PewDiePie that people take it all so seriously.
And with you hope that he gets like the viewership and like what is going to happen next. A lot of it also has to do with he posts every single day. So like,
yeah, that's true.
You could skip one day and you're just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody can keep up with his 13-minute videos every single day
Yeah.
unless, because it's not like he's talking about anything relevant really.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like if you're watching a news channel, like I've never watched Scarce, but I don't know how much he posts, or like Philip DeFranco posts every single day.
I think
of the
Scarce
week.
does post every day.
But it's news, like
Yeah.
for the majority
Yeah.
of it, it's either internet news
It's
or
a lot of YouTube news. I think
YouTube news.
Yeah.
But I think there's a bit of a difference there.
Anyway, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Tell us what your opinion is on the whole PewDiePie scandal.
How long have you been a scandal of PewDiePie's? Are you
Did
having
you
an
take
affair?
offense to the joke? What? Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us what we're right about. Tell us everything.
Tell us your favorite edgy joke.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Leave it there. Oh, I don't give a shit. I want to laugh.
Regardless, comment. Leave a comment. Tell us something.
Smash that like button in the face like a boss.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it.
That was Jack Spadecki.
What was it with Jack?
Jack Sepidity? I don't fucking
remember.
know.
Anyway,
but either way.
you just edit it over.
Yeah. Top of the morning. Thanks for watching. And
We'll see you Friday.
See you Friday, guys. Thanks for this video and being so cool. All 20 of you.
Later.
Bye. God bless.
God bless you.